Hey guys, how's it going? This is Natinator, and welcome back to Corpse Party Book of Shadows. We're carrying right on from last time. Gonna resume play from this file. I'm pretty sure that when I saved, I only had like 4 seconds on the clock to make a decision, so let's do this nice and quick. Alright. I have to think of something else. At this rate, that horrible woman's gonna... No, I can't let that happen. But what do I do? What can I do? Alright, first let's try breaking the glass. I have a feeling it's not gonna work. But then again, you know, we get to see another end, so let's do it. Oh, hey! Putting my thoughts in order, I came to the sudden realization that I was right near the umbrella racks. Unless the spirit had taken it or something, my umbrella should still have been right where I'd left it. Aha! Here it is! I practically tackled the rack, grabbing my umbrella in one swift motion. Not from the handle, mind you, but from the top. Then, taking aim at the glass part of the door, I swung as hard as I could, smacking it dead center with the sturdy plastic handle. Yeah! The glass wasn't going to break so easily. Of course, but it did crack, giving me the impetus I needed to go in for a second hit. Impetus, I don't know. Break, damn you, break! Again and again I struck the glass. I had the umbrella gripped so tightly that the metal skeleton of the canopy was leaving indentations in my skin. I was sure there had to be a better way to do this, but I didn't have the luxury of time to figure out what it might have been. Stop! You must not leave! She's coming this way! I began smacking the glass even harder, even faster. My hands were killing me, but this was my only hope of survival. Finally, after far too much effort. Yes, I did it! The glass shattered onto the floor, making one hell of a sound. Tepid air whooshed in from outside. It was still pouring rain, but I was free now. Free to escape this hellhole. Okay. The pane I'd broken was on the lower half of the door, and I didn't care if I cut myself. I got down on my hands and knees and I crawled like mad. I did it! I'm almost outside! I can actually escape! I'm safe! I felt triumphant. For a brief moment, the fear was gone, and I was basking in my victory over this malevolent entity. Huh? But it didn't last long. Before I was even halfway through the door, I felt something coiling itself around my arm. With a start, I looked back. Oh, Jesus. You mustn't go outside. A tall, shadowy figure had appeared behind me in the entranceway, and she had me in her grasp. There wasn't much more to her than an indistinct flickering silhouette, but I could clearly see she had a broken neck. Was this a different apparition? Her scraggly, root-like fingers were squeezing my arm with tremendous force, pushing aside muscle and tissue and pressing right on the bone. No! Who... what are you? Where are you going, my dear? I'll just be a little longer, so won't you please just wait for me? That hurts! That really hurts! I was shaking hysterically, and tears were streaming down my face. I was absolutely convinced that I was going to die here. Let go of me! Sachi. I could offer no resistance. She was too strong. All I could do was plead with her. Stop, please! You're really hurting me. I felt like my arm would snap in two at any moment. Let's be together forever. She wasn't just grabbing, but twisting as well. The pain was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. I couldn't think about anything else. My mind was absorbed by the unconscionable agony. Ah! Ah! Shishito! Tsukasa? I thought my arm was about to snap off. And then, all of a sudden, I was whisked away by Tsukasa. Are you okay? Why? Tsukasa. No time to explain. We have to run. What? Tsukasa was still holding on to me tightly after saving me from the brink of death. He led me back into the school at incredible speed. Damn it. What the hell was that thing? Please tell me I'm just dreaming. He practically spit these words as he continued running. Why is Tsukasa here? I tried to match his gait, and once we were a bit more in sync, I looked up at his face. After we'd reached the end of the hall, he suddenly veered into the last classroom before the stairwell, pulling me in with him. Shishito, you okay? I'm fine. I can walk by myself. Really? Oh, sorry. My bad. I moved away from Tsukasa, and almost immediately spilled onto the ground like a house of cards. Whoa, you sure don't seem okay to me. Maybe not, but I just need a few... Hey, don't push yourself. Tsukasa grabbed my arm to help me up. Unfortunately, it was the arm Yoshi had been twisting. Oh, sorry. Is that your arm that's hurting you then? Yeah. I don't know how bad it is, but it really stings. Like it's on fire. I draped my other hand over the sore spot, where I assumed there was probably one hell of a bruise. I started rubbing gently, but it didn't help at all. That's not good. We should get you to the nurse's office right away. Then... and take care of it. But then we'll be... exposing ourselves to that ghost again, right? Yeah. Just thinking about going back out there and facing Yoshi made me shudder. I couldn't believe he was even entertaining the idea. Don't worry. Even if she does come to get us, I'll keep you safe no matter what, okay? Tsukasa. Tsukasa's gentle reassurance actually made me forget the pain in my arm for a moment. I had to stop myself from blushing. Or try to, at any rate. We need to treat your injuries as quickly as possible, or they could get worse. The nurse may not be in, but I can at least apply first aid. Okay. Alright then, let's go. Tsukasa offered me his hand, and I graciously took it, squeezing it tightly as he led me back out into the hallway. Tsukasa's hand. It's so warm. Despite the fact that nothing had really changed, I was still in just as much danger as I had been. The paralyzing fear I'd been feeling was gone. If it were just me, I would have never been able to do this. I would have frozen up. But with Tsukasa leading the way, I felt like I could do anything. Shishito, are you okay to run? Sure. With my blessing, Tsukasa upped his pace significantly. Please don't let her show up. I prayed silently for smooth sailing as I followed Tsukasa's lead, As long as he's with me, I think I'll be okay. I gently squeezed his hand again, as if to reassure myself that he was still with me. I was starting to think maybe Yoshi was gone. Maybe we'd thwarted her. But of course, just as I was thinking that, she made her presence known again. What the hell was that? Show yourself! An unearthly voice reverberated through the dark corridor. I immediately drew myself into Tsukasa's back. Bring me more. Oh God. Over Tsukasa's shoulder I saw the same shadow-like spirit from before. It must have been waiting here to ambush us. Ah! It's all right. Stay calm. But... The ghost was moaning and wavering before us. We'd never be able to get past it. You'll do anything for me. Hey, Shishido. Yeah? I'm gonna draw that thing's attention. While it's distracted, I want you to run. What? No way. We'll run together. I've got a secret weapon. You... what? It's a keepsake charm my grandmother gave me. When I pointed it at that thing earlier, it definitely had an effect. A charm? Yeah. But, Tsukasa, you'll be putting yourself right in harm's way. I'll be fine. It'll all work out somehow or another. That's not... Stay where you are. We really didn't have time to be arguing. It was closing in fast. And as it did, I noticed the spirit's figure had become more defined. She was a tall young woman, with her head turned sideways at a 90-degree angle. The tale of Yoshi suggests she fell down a flight of stairs, so a broken neck would certainly fit. Go! Run! He gave my back a shove to get me started, and with no time to object, I unconsciously obliged. Tsukasa ran too, darting ahead of me for just a few short moments. Hey! Ghost lady! Over here! Stop! Tsukasa! Tsukasa ran as close as he possibly could to get Yoshi's attention, then turned tail and began sprinting off in the opposite direction. Come and get me, you monster! Amazingly, it worked. The spirit began chasing Tsukasa, leaving me completely unobstructed. This doesn't feel right. Should I really escape without him? I was torn. On one hand, I knew this was about my best chance, but I couldn't help worrying about what would happen to Tsukasa if his charm failed. I stopped for a moment and glanced over my shoulder. He was still running, and the shadowy figure was still in hot pursuit. Tsukasa! She's way too close! You need to take out your charm! It's fine. I told you to keep going. Once you're out of harm's way, I'll be right behind you, I promise. I still can't believe I fell for it. But this was right about when I realized the truth. Tsukasa had no protective charm. He just made that up so I wouldn't object too strongly to him serving as a decoy while I got away. No! I can't let him go through with this! I stopped in my tracks and shouted at the top of my lungs. Yoshi! Hold it right there! I wasn't sure exactly what I was getting myself into, but I had to do something. Calling the spirit's name definitely seemed to have an effect. That's right! I know your name! Shishido! What are you doing? All at once, the black figure was facing me. Though I never saw her turn around, she was flying toward me now, ignoring Tsukasa. I'm not scared, 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 I'm not scared. I repeated this, like a sutra, and stuck one hand into my pocket, grasping tightly onto the one and only item I'd stashed there. So you know who I am, then? Unlike him, I have a real protective charm. Tsukasa's care, his effort, his beliefs, they were all packed into this pencil. And when you get right down to it, that's what a charm is, right? I squeezed the nubby little thing in my pocket, mentally preparing myself for the confrontation ahead. The confrontation I'd impulsively initiated. Shishido! You have to run! I won't. I absolutely will not. God, please, protect me. I closed my eyes, lifted my hand from my pocket, and brandished Tsukasa's pencil intently. The gauntlet had been thrown. I was putting a lot of faith into this, and I really hoped I hadn't made a mistake in doing so. My name is Yui Shishido, and my goal is to become a teacher here at this school. I opened my eyes to find that the shadowy spirit, Yoshi, had stopped dead in her tracks. Did it work? Was Tsukasa's pencil keeping this vengeful soul at bay? I don't need a replacement. Just die. Suddenly, I was whisked off my feet and slammed against the ceiling. Ah! Shishido! I could see him... Oh, crap. That was him, not the bitch. That was... Okay, so he's more like, Shishido! I could see him down below. He was staring up at me and desperately leaping. He was trying to... catch me, I suppose, even though he knew he'd never reach. Tsukasa. I called out to him over and over again in my mind. If he could get away, if he could survive this ordeal, then it would all have been worth it. Yoshi was drawing near, and I was helplessly pinned to the ceiling. I had no chance at all. There was no doubt in my mind that my life was over. I clung to the relief I felt at Tsukasa's safety. It was the only thing keeping me from losing my head entirely. Then, all at once, the situation took a complete 180. It was like a miracle. Yoshi Shinazaki, stop right there! Before I had any idea what was happening, I found myself bathed in a gentle light. The woman from this morning? I'm sorry I was unable to protect you, but now, at least, the evil will spread no farther. It was the old woman who had collapsed in front of my house. She was standing down below me, enveloped in a warm glow. Whoa! The black shadow lunged toward her. Then there was a horrific noise, and the old woman was gone. Shishido! And just like that, I fell to the ground. Whatever Yoshi had done to me, the old woman must have nullified it. That must have been why she came to me this morning, and why she had come again now. I felt like I was going to faint. Tsukasa ran to my side and gently scooped me off the ground into his arms. Yoshi's spirit was gone. She'd vanished along with the light. Around us now, the only sound was the pitter-patter of raindrops on the school roof. Hey! Shishido! Shishido! Tsukasa? I'd suffered quite a bump on the head from my fall, and was decidedly disoriented. But I still had enough sense to put my arms around Tsukasa's neck. You idiot! Didn't I tell you to run away? I'm sorry, it's just... I wanted to protect you. I couldn't bear the thought of losing you, is what I wanted to say. But instead, I just passed out in his arms. I felt as though I was waking from a long, horrible dream. Hey, you okay? Shishido? Where are we? Man, how hard a fall was that? We're in the nurse's office, can't you tell? The nurse's office? It occurred to me to look at my surroundings. Probably something I should have done before asking about them. But in my defense, I was out cold. Beige walls, pink curtains, white beds with solid blue covers. This was indeed the school infirmary, no doubt about it. Why are you... A better question is why you're here. I found you passed out on the ground out there, so I carried you in. Out where, exactly? Jeez, did you get a concussion or something? It was right by the school gate. The school gate? That's where you found me? Uh-huh. Ring any bells? But I was trapped inside the school and running from Yoshi, wasn't I? Oh, that's right. My arm. It's probably broken. Ooh, and I think that this is a good time to stop the recording and end the video, the episode, the whatever. On a bit of a cliffhanger. It's not a super cliffhanger, but you won't know what's happening until next episode. So, I thank you very much for watching. And, I guess I'll see you guys in the next piece of shit that I upload. So, bye-bye.